got my mind going crazy.
You guys, Cypress Hill is here in the studio.
Oh, boy.
How about that?
Yes.
Very
yes.
excited. Hey, Sen Dog.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, Be Real. How are you?
Hello there.
Welcome back.
Thanks for
Heck
having
yeah,
us
it's
back.
good to be back with you guys, man. It's been a while.
You guys have a new album for the first time in what?
8 years.
9 years? 8 years?
Almost 9.
Almost
9 years. Is that because Be Real's been traveling the world, or is that, or would it have
Yeah,
been 9
all
years
my
anyway?
fault.
Look,
We've been waiting for B-Real to travel the universe with his ventures. No, actually, when we did the last album in 2010, we kind of like over toured that record. I think a bit.
Yeah.
We normally go for 2.5. We were like 4.5, 5 years.
4.5, 5 years. How do you not burn out at that point?
It's fun, man. It's the funnest job in the world, man. If you don't dig this, you're not. You're halfway gone already.
No, I know, but when you're talking about touring for 4.5 years,
Well, not straight. It's off and on for about 4.5 years with that album, and we've been blessed to have a catalog that people still get down with so many years later. We kind of let it go longer than we should have, but we started working on this album about 3 years ago.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, and this is when we were all home and we all had a little bit of time. And
When did you finish recording your parts?
probably last year?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, wow.
Sometime last year.
Because then don't you just leave it for Muggs to tinker with?
Yes, but in the 3-year span that we were working on the album, we started with a number of tracks, and then I pulled back because I had other projects going on, and Sen Dog was still working on the tracks with Muggs, and then Muggs got busy for a time with I don't want to say this wrong, because then I'll get in some beef with people. The Antwoord.
Ah, sure.
Yeah, he was doing stuff with them, and
That's a weird group right there.
yeah, they're pretty dope, though.
They really
As weird as it is, they're pretty dope. I mean,
They seem pretty chill.
He just got
It's like guys you want to have over for Thanksgiving
they
or
got
whatever.
splashed out by Eminem just recently, but they're still kind of cool and interesting.
And so much of this record is influenced by his travels to other countries, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he's been international and sort of picking up musical influence in each country, correct?
Yeah, I mean that's something he's always done. Since we started back in '91, everywhere he goes, he'll pick something up.
Well, especially that record, people thought you were from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just
true.
assumed it because so much of it was Bomb Squad influenced and East Coast influenced.
Exactly.
Well, there's a Cypress Hill out there in Brooklyn too. Actually, Cypress Hills or in Bronx or something.
Oh, is that right?
So that was part of the confusion too.
Now, Elephants on Acid comes out this Friday, and you were saying it feels like it's all over the place, like you took a trip literally and figuratively.
Right.
Is that kind of the point of it?
Yeah, in terms of the production, he wanted people to feel like they were on a psychedelic trip, even though they might not be on psychedelics listening to it. And
But let's be honest, they are.
But my question though, what if I were to do psychedelics, listen to it, does it kind of cross itself out?
No,
Is it just like a classical record?
It further enhances the trip.
Okay.
It advances the
Okay.
trip because what the thing about Muggs, Sen, and I is we were always fans of different genres of music, from classic rock to everything. And one of the classic rock bands that we used to listen to, I mean, I don't even know if you can categorize them as this, but the Beatles. I mean, they're big influence.
Never heard of them.
To everyone, obviously.
They're from England.
They're from another universe. And, so they had a lot of progressive ideas in their time. They sort of pioneered a lot of the stuff. So, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was very much an influence in what Muggs envisioned for this Elephants on Acid thing. So.
I heard that he was in Egypt pulling people off the street.
Probably.
Somebody playing like a sitar or something, and he would say, come in, laid it down.
Yeah.
Well, he knows a few folks out there. And, we have a couple other, friends like Fred Reck, who is also a producer.
Fred Reck.
Yeah, he works with
West
Dre.
Coast legend, yeah.
Yeah, and, he had a lot of links to people out there in Egypt who he introduced Muggs to, and they Muggs just sort of made his rounds out there. And, the one album that a lot of people come up to us and tell us they love, and this is an album that, Sony didn't think it would sell a lot of records because there was a lot of turmoil going on with management, with the band, and even with Sony. So they didn't think it was going to do well, but Temples of Boom. in that particular album, we went really dark, and the tempo it was very moody and vibey.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of people that come up to us and say that is, their favorite album overall, that they love Black Sunday and they love, the self-titled, but Temples of Boom is their favorite because there was so many dark songs that people can relate to. People are dark.
Well, look,
Yeah.
a lot, I mean,
And
that's true.
So, when it came time to do this one, I think Muggs was like looking at those particular fans.
Now that album, the album that we're talking about right now, comes out Friday. This
Yes.
Friday.
Yes.
So make sure and pick that up. Elephants on Acid, and then you're going to tour.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Give us some information. Like, what
Yeah, it's not like you guys don't tour just like Milwaukee and Cleveland. Like you end up everywhere, especially with this record. I feel like you're going to probably have a lot more travel to tour a world record, really.
Yeah. Well,
we got like United States, South America dates, Europe dates coming up before this year's over.
Yeah.
So that shit's that's all gonna be good stuff.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to be in Southern California in late October.
October, yeah. We brought back our haunted hill to California.
Sweet.
People had been asking and complaining. Hey, why don't you bring this there? God damn it, it's not here.
I know someone like that.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, on the air I did
Yeah,
it. So when they announced LA, I was like, what?
Yeah, because
Finally.
because people would hit me on Twitter and people would hit me on Instagram and anywhere else they can get a hold of me. They're like, hey, man, LA, dude. What's up?
Why do you hate your home?
Yeah, like what? We're not good enough for you anymore. You got to be on the East Coast. Damn, I lifted myself all the way up here.
Yeah, you did.
That was odd. This is awkward.
You're like Shaquille
It doesn't look weird at all.
B-Real just adjusted his
I might
chair
have
so
to
that his
just
head's hitting the roof.
Yes, I'm very tall right now. But
This
yeah,
is the highest he's ever been.
that's
doubt
a
it.
good one.
See what you did.
Sorry,
See
everyone.
what you did.
there.
You had to go there.
They're like heroes of mine. I had to ruin one joke.
That's awesome, though. That was good. I would have used that on me.
You're also doing a U.S. tour with Hollywood Undead.
Right.
Tell us about I heard that you were doing a documentary. Is that true?
Yeah, we're starting up a Cypress Hill documentary. We didn't want to do like a biopic or anything like that. Because obviously, we don't want to follow trends ever.
Right.
We're always trying to be different, be ourselves, but be different and out of the box and stuff like that. So we figured, let's just do a documentary instead of a biopic because people would expect now that NWA has done one and other groups are trying to follow suit and do that we would be another one to do that. Let somebody do that later. Right now, we'll do a documentary. And
I was going to say, what kind of footage do you have for it?
a whole
From way
lot.
back?
Yeah, from way
Yeah?
back. Yeah.
We got stuff from the 80s and stuff.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't know how they found that.
Wow. I want to see that.
No, we because we used to document a lot with high 8 cameras. Bobo used to take one. And he would be here, but he's on a flight from Argentina. Come here. Our former tour manager and photographer used to carry high 8 cameras, which is Esteban Oriol of.
Oh, come on. That's
Soul
another
Obsessive
LA legend.
Photography.
Yeah.
He was, he's still very much part of our family and all that stuff. And so he used to be documenting a lot of the stuff. So, there'll be some of his footage, some of our partners like Cesario Montes, who's known as Block, the Venice of the Venice mayor.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of old photography from the early 90s and video stuff. So
Now, are you doing an IndieGoGo campaign to raise money for
Yeah.
it? Yes, you are. And when does that start? Or has it already started?
I believe it's already.
Sorry, I don't know.
It's October 15th.
October 15th.
Yeah, October 15th.
That's when you're going to start raising money for it. How much money do you think you'll need?
Who
knows, right?
That would probably be for the producer. I don't know.
If it's good, it has great like Soul Assassins tour footage and stuff?
Yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of all that stuff.
I'm in.
Yeah, I want to
Take
see
my
all of
money.
it too.
Yeah, it's like stuff that we haven't seen in a very long time because again, we used to archive practically everything, up until maybe 2012. We stopped for a second, but all that from the early 90s, at least when high cams were available.
I heard late 80s. That's what I heard.
Listen,
He might have some stuff
No,
there.
believe me, I had the big shoulder rig back in the day.
Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
no.
people carrying around a light behind you.
Yeah, all of our early gigs and stuff like that.
If
I was on the spot, man. I
If
got
there's
that stuff.
footage from the Space Jam music video that Be Real is in, where he's the Monstars rap.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then I think we can get about $1 million in a day.
All right. It might be there. We might have to ask.
Monstars.
Warner Brothers.
I'm looking for the classics, is what I'm saying.
We need the behind the scenes footage, please. Thanks so
You and a
much.
Monstar just drinking coffee during a break.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah. You know what? We were kicking it tough that day. Coolio, Buster,
Meth.
and
Yeah.
and myself, and we kept waiting for LL Cool J to show up, and he never showed up because he missed the flight, and
He wasn't big timing you?
we don't know if he's big time. Busta Rhymes was kind of like, yo, where is this guy, man? No, but you know what I think is he had a family issue and he couldn't show up on time due to that. You know what I mean? And but it was a great experience. Other than that, I mean, because we all had fun. We were just like, damn, he should be here. But we all looked up to him and we understood, and it was a family thing. So and he was the G out of all of us, and
Right.
and he still is. Shout out to LL Cool J.
Well,
but I mean, show up.
Yeah, show up next
shout
time, L.
out and show up.
L,
If you
knock
don't-
him out the box and show up.
Well, you guys, we love you here at KROQ, and we always appreciate you guys taking time and coming in to talk
Thank
to
you.
us about this. And
Yeah.
the tour is going to be fantastic with Hollywood Undead. Tickets for that go on sale Friday.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the documentary goes on IndieGoGo on October 15th. And
Yeah.
then that's going to happen very soon, I hope.
And
Gonna
new
make-
album this Friday.
New album this Friday
That's
called
right, download it.
Yes.
Elephants on Acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the name of that.
So when are you guys visiting my Dr. Green Thumb dispensary? I mean, it's
what are you doing
sitting
now?
out there in Sylmar with so many great flavors? I mean, what's going on with you guys?
What are you doing right now?
You know what?
do you
When
mean?
I want weed, I go, you know where I gotta go? I gotta go to Sylmar. I'm motivated enough to smoke weed, but also go to Sylmar.
It would be worth the trip.
We would come to your place
May-
anytime.
Maybe I'll get a drone
I just travel.
that has some range.
I do agree. If you could buy weed from any rap group, buying weed from Cypress Hill would be insane.
Agreed,
That's
yeah.
like a Make-A-Wish.
Well, wishes come true.
You want to give the address?
It's 12751 Foothill Boulevard, Sylmar, California.
And that's just one.
That's
store?
that's the first one.
Are you
The-
going to have?
Yes, we're working on opening the next one out in Palm Desert and the third one downtown Los Angeles.
All right.
It's awesome.
That
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, it's worth a trip to Sylmar for that then.
Well, yeah. It is. I promise all the flour there is remarkable. It definitely is worth it.
I don't think he's talking about flowers.
I think I'm talking about everything.
Thank you, Be Real, for coming in. We appreciate it. Thank
Thanks
you,
a
Sen
lot.
Dog. You guys are
Thanks
awesome.
for having us, man.
Legends.
We love having you. Yes. Thank you.
Legends.